So here we are on the main page of the application. It's giving you an overview of the key features that's available. First thing we need to do to use it is to log in. We can do that with the login button in the top right corner. Also, if we click the live demo button, that will guide us as well. So we click live demo, and then prompts us to log in with a Cisco WebEx account. Let's confirm that, enter my details, and then it is redirected back to the applications page. In this case, it's taking us straight to the devices page to access the demo devices, just to switch the demo mode on by default there. And we can see there's 3 entries, and those 3 icons represent the phones themselves. If you click there, it will open up the remote control interface. So if we just click on one here, we can see that pops open. Click this one, and then the third one, and we'll just rearrange these a little bit, just stack them together. And as you can see, with each of these devices is a physical representation of the phone, and the actual screen is the same screen that the user will see. So you can see the exact same thing that the user does. So to work with this, it's pretty straightforward. So if I click on the first phone just to focus on it, and I can use the keyboard. So if I press enter, it will go off hook. I can dial a number, and we can hear it ringing. If I click on the middle phone here, we'll see the call coming in. There we are. And then if we answer it, we can use the physical buttons here. So we'll use the answer soft key. If I hover over that, you'll notice it says F1. I can also use F1 on the keyboard to answer, but I'll just click the button for here. So the call is now answered, and we'll see that connected call in a little second. There we are, and that's as simple as that. And then I can hang up just by clicking the hang up button, or I could use escape on the keyboard. So simple as that. So the next one I'll show you is the actual macro capability. So on the first phone, I'm going to put in a command to make a dial instruction. So call, dial. It's already got the right number in there for me. The middle phone, I'm going to answer on here, and then I'm going to wait a little bit. So to do multiple commands, I use the pipe character and then can choose a fresh command. So in this case, I'm just going to type pause. Pause on its own just waits for 1 second, but if I do colon and then enter a number in milliseconds, in this case 15 seconds, it would pause for that duration. I then do the pipe character again, and I'm going to do a blind transfer. It's already got the extension number in there, 202. And then finally on the last phone, we're going to answer as well. So it's going to answer that transfer call. It's going to pause a little bit less time, just say 10 seconds. And once it's done, we're going to hang up the call. Okay, so let's see this in action. So I'll go back to the first phone here. I click send. That makes the initial outbound call, calling into the middle phone here. And on the middle phone, it's now ready, so I can click this macro here. So that answers the call. It's now going to wait for 15 seconds, so you'll see a connected call. And then once the 15 seconds has expired, it'll then do a blind transfer to pass that call over to extension 202. There we are, so we can hear the call ringing out. We'll see it appear on this last phone now. And on the last phone, when I click the macro, it's going to answer and wait a little bit and then hang up. So click send to send that macro. It's now answered the call. You can see on that first phone, it's connected to extension 202. And 10 seconds later, the call's hung up, and we've completed our call test. So simple as that to perform a sequence of operations against multiple phones. Next thing I want to show you is the API side of the application. So that was the interactive side where we can, directly drive the devices. But if you want to script, program, extend the functionality of your Cisco MPP phones, you can use the API part. So when I click in here, we have a developer interface that's fully interactive. So I can make phone calls, manage device configuration, see a list of all the devices, etc. as we hold it, and finally some user interface operations as well. So just to give you a quick example, if I go to the call section, you can see all the different call operations that are available. So I'll dial a number, so I click dial, and then we can see the various parameters. This just happens to have one of the demo phones in it right now, and we're just going to make a call again to 201 from that first phone, and when we click execute, it's going to submit that request to the API. Here is a curl representation of that API submission, the URL it gets sent to, and the response that came back. So now I can just hang that call up on that same phone. We'll open up the hang up endpoint, and we can see here line, we want to make that line 1, call ID is 0 for the first call, and we hit execute, and the call is hung up, and we can see again the request that goes out and the response that comes back. And that is it. Nice and simple way to work with your Cisco MPP phones remotely.